Sorry. Thought I'd do a video check-in of the immediate space around me, just to verify where I am in time. This is the shelter that I'm in. There's a sign there. Salvation Army. The arraignment's tomorrow. No, at this time, I haven't received any additional notification from public defender or anyone else really that they have acknowledged me or the situation. They continue to want to play pretend, so we're just gathering more evidence and continuing onward. Essentially, when governments try to get rid of people through these means, they generally don't expect it to become, public television. They just use whatever local system of law there is in order to just sweep the person under the rug. Apparently they've been trying to do that to me and my family for over 30 years. I'm basically left, hoping that inevitably direct cause will eventually be put forward to this, but essentially even in this, it's like I'm back burner. People don't. The way that most information is brought to me is through various tells that I will get from all sorts of people that will drive by, wave a certain way or give me a sign. And I would probably spend about 3 hours explaining it to anybody, like an investigator, how it's really done. And it's done intentionally in order to confuse me. So essentially, I'm just waiting here in front of this building right now, just hoping to be picked up. All the while being sick with a bacterial infection that I know the military directly intervenes in, and making sure that you don't get resolved. Yeah, exactly. There's one right there. And it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird being followed like this. It's kind of weird, being noticed to this degree, but it's also it's designed in a specific way. I mean, basically because there's so much intel going on, it's the only real way people can get things in and out. So I wish that there was an easier way that I could help people that are viewing the situation and trying to understand it. It's like, I don't know what is going to be best to tell people when they ask how so many people could be watching the situation, and yet at the same time it seemed like as if I was so helpless, and how this thing isn't just one of the most contrived things under creation. I don't think in a certain sense, you can tell people it was like that, other than, they have stuff going on in my phone where, I get information that way and that helps. But a lot of the time I'm deliberately fed false information that I then report to the world, and then, it's like, I wouldn't even bother remembering some of it. Why would I? It's clearly false. It's like, sometimes it would be like, sometimes they literally label some abuse content as directly being from Donald Trump Jr., who I know takes direct fun, as I've mentioned, in berating me for existing. And no, in the end, all they really demand out of the situation is that I be labeled as an insane person, just some scrudge or piece of dirt that needs to be further removed from human society. And certainly it's my hair, I'm clearly a charlatan because my hair hasn't finished growing back, even though I definitely have felt it in the back. I haven't had a DHT flash since this started, as I've mentioned. I don't know. feel I should just share the moment, at least with anyone who'd be watching this online, just because it's that kind of moment where, I don't know, it's like I keep on getting told that there's cavalry coming, and there's none such that are available. So it'd be really cool not to die, or to keep on having it being doted around, you know, like as if it was just going to be a game on their behalf. But no, let's just, you know, get rid of this ugly thing that we put on the screen here, so that the President of the United States never has to feel this embarrassed ever. Because, you know, if this country was ever for anything, it was for covering up mistakes people made in the 60s. It's really not that bad, frankly. I have a naturally, you know, my hairline's always been like that, but it's thin. Not sure what else to do other than just keep, you know, labeling it and documenting it, because one day all of this is going to be a hell of a lot of information for people to want to believe that, you know, in the end it's just one guy that's trying to defend the situation. Because clearly, you know, if our society felt that there was merit to all of the death, to all of the suffering that we're trying to alleviate here, within any degree of responsibility, that it would be addressed by now and it'd be taken care of. So in a certain sense, I'm only left supposed to be feeling like as if I'm the mistake here. That I just simply thought too much of myself for having showed up on the world stage, having tried, you know, my experiments and them working, and then making huge changes in people's bodies. I mean, gosh. I wish I had, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe it's commenting on the absolute love that people have had for showing up for this one. Because I have guys that I literally room with that seem to delight in it. They like as if they've been waiting, you know, their entire lives to sign up for this one, or that they've been waiting there, like as if it's the nothing thing. It's like, you know, it's just, oh yes, we have, you know, millions of people that are just dying because of this for no reason. Let's just brush that off, you know. What are you expecting, kid, you know? And the thing is that it's always done, you know, wordlessly. Like as if it's above an explanation at a certain point. Because, you know, ultimately, you know, I'm just an idiot who doesn't remember the 60s. They just want to go back to a time where whenever they hear something that they don't like, they can just call the person insane. Because it used to be a lot easier to do that. It used to be you'd be able to lock someone like me up a lot more easily. Which is, again, you know, why Debbie, that was the first thought out of Debbie's mouth, is that just lock him up, you know? I don't know. It would at least leave us being unable to easily kill me, you know, if I was locked up. Kill my brain. Put me in a padded room. No, it's the isolation is really what it is. They want me heavily isolated, as well as giving a drip of occasionally poisoned information so that I can't hold on to my sanity, you know? I can't even have the public defender acknowledge half of, or even a tenth or a hundredth of what I'm saying here. It's that in the end, we have a society that seems rather well equipped to just make people that we just don't like disappear in broad daylight, as if nothing happened. I just can't think of anything else other than just trying to explain where people are. Where people are in this. Because despite all of their efforts, we know that everything was recorded. Yeah. Everything was recorded.